if we keep stopping people from using certain words or turning certain words into meanings that become something that people don't want to use anymore, will we just run out of words one day?
Yes. But I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I fully understand where some words are not.
Of course.
I mean, the thing is, the usage of the word has been derogatory. Like for instance, the word Bangla, right? It's the actual word. It's what it's what they call themselves too.
Yeah.
But we have used it in a sense that it's become derogatory. Hey, you such a Bangla. It's not nice anymore. And the thing is, it's a nationality of people. And the thing is, how do we do this? Like, do they take back the word? Like, the best thing is don't use it. Like Keling lah. In so many ways also. Keling also was not a bad word before, and it was used in many, many street names and.
Okay, here's another thing with the K word, right?
Lucky you said K word.
Yeah, because I'm afraid to say it now.
No, don't.
Yeah, I don't, right? Yeah,
don't.
So, I've heard from some people the argument that it's not a derogatory term because it derives from the Kalinga Empire.
Okay, the N word was derived by the Spanish word of being black.
Yeah.
So that was not a derogatory term as well. It was just the name given to Spanish conquistadors to the continent of Africa, and therefore the people became that, right? Now, here's the thing. The usage of the word has become derogatory because the context of which the word is used then becomes very, like, using it to put down someone, to show that I'm better than you, then it becomes derogatory already. Now, yes, look, do you want to be able to say the word for yourself, and in which situation will you go out there and go like, hey, Kalei! And it being good.
Yeah.
Like, there is no way you can use this word and sound like a fucking angel.
Yeah.
Don't use lah. You give me a situation where you can sit down and say, like, I'm using it not derogatory.
Yeah.
Fine. But why?
Yeah.
There is other words you can use. Like, you can say, my Indian friend. No need to say, hey, this is my Keling, bro.
The pendatang.
Hey, I'll take pendatang over Keling.
Okay, I need to ask though. Like how black people have, none of us are allowed to say the N word.
Yeah.
But black people say it, but they spell it kind of different and they pronounce it kind of different.
Okay.
Do Indian people plan to have the same thing for the K word?
I don't think it's that simple lah. I don't think. I don't think it's
make it street.
Make it street.
It's ours.
What's up, Makaling? No, cannot. I don't think it's that simple. I think that was years and a lot of planning by the black.
Indian people gotta start rapping, is that what you're saying?
God, the problem is
you gotta rap more.
Yeah, no, I guess, but it's not. I think it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
To claim the word and use it for ourselves. I think it gives more license to other people to go like, hey, they can use, how come I cannot use?
Right.
And the thing is just, I just want that word to be wiped out in so many ways. Right? Unless you're talking about bells. Like, hey, how did the bell sound? Oh, it went cling, 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 cling. Then it's fine.
But then like...
No, I know. But the problem is like, if you go to Sabah Sarawak, they would claim that, we've never used the word derogatorily, right? And that's what we call people. That's what our parents call people and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that our parents used to do to East Malaysians as well.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of people like, hey, they're not Malaysians. They are just, these people who basically, do we still go on with the rhetoric just because my parents used to do it? Yeah. It's not derogatory.
It's kind of like when there was that whole blackface incident here with one of the major broadcasters.
I mean, still going on. But okay.
There was a camp of people who said, this has never been a problem on this side of the world, so it's not fair to impose your Western view and standards of the world on us. Which, I get where they're coming from. I don't agree with it because this is something that it's not like a small kampong started. Is this a global issue?
Okay, correct lah. That means slavery has never been a problem in this part of the world. Let's have slaves . Let's
Right.
go and have slaves. It's never don't. I mean, it's their problem. What? It's the Western world who didn't like slavery. So let's have slaves, lah. Okay. I mean, okay. You know what? Child marriage is never okay. That actually has been a problem. I mean, bad example, lah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't just say, oh no, that's your culture. Our culture is okay. That doesn't make it okay.
But then what about things like cultural appropriation and all that? Because like in the West, you have situations where like a white person dresses in a sari and then they get called out for it.
No, okay. You see, I think the definition of cultural appropriation has been taken out of context so much. It is not about, hey, if you... Thank you. I just learned.
Oh yeah, table tap.
Yes. Anyway, so it's not about, if a Chinese person wears a sari, like, how dare you wear my culture? No, if you come and eat banana leaf, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But if you eat it with fork and spoon, then I get angry. That's a separate issue.
Don't do that anywhere.
No, but that is my new... Don't eat banana leaf with fork and spoon. But no, apart from that, like, and we are happy to see our culture grow to different things. However, if you take my culture and make money out of it, without using or crediting or, this thing, then it becomes cultural appropriation.
But we're making money out of it.
Okay,
so
think about this, right? There was once, I think, an ad. Full Chinese cast, full Malay cast. Right? Not one Indian person in sight. They did a whole Bollywood team and they wore sari and all that, blah, 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 blah. And it became a commercial thing, right? And then you think to yourself, like, where's our representation?
Yeah.
The fact that we have to work so hard to get representation on TV, Indians, but so freely you use our culture to sell something, or to make money.
And it's not like the Indian actors weren't available.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they didn't have access to it.
I'm always available, bro. Like,
dance, bro. Got dance, bro.
012. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
like,
what you mean.
You could have, like, even if the storyline, I understand it was a Malay family, she likes Bollywood, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you still can get representation in there. Like, it's not a very difficult thing to do. So, to say that, cultural appropriation. That's why I say it's been taken out of context so much that you don't deal with the issue. You just throw everything inside.
Yeah.
It's like, the kid in school who gets scolded for something and then go like, hey, definitely do can. Oh, definitely do can. Like, hey, shut the hell up. Like, you did something wrong. Now just own it and move on lah. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, cultural appropriation is that, right? Like, for instance, when you see gangster movie and a Malay fella play Chinese gangster.
Yeah, that's
Like, it's not like you don't have Chinese actors,
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
plenty of Chinese actors who can speak Malay well, who can do that role. But no, you get a Malay guy who looks slightly Chinese and gives him hey, lu apa walu ha? And you're like, that's just get a Chinese actor. That's cultural appropriation.
It feels like taking the lazy way out.
Yeah.
To instead of like trying to reflect actual reality of
Exactly.
the world,
And that is the true definition of cultural appropriation. You use our culture, don't give us the representation, and you make money out of it. Right? That becomes a problem. Because our culture has been, especially the Indian culture in Malaysia, has been put down so much. Do you know in marketing, right? In Malaysia, when they do a marketing, it's Malay, Chinese, others.
Yeah.
Indians don't exist. And up to a point, the justification makes sense because Indians are only 7%.
No, but I don't agree with that because in the rest of the marketing for the country, we don't even talk about like the karazans and all this kind of stuff. Like, although we should, we really should.
Yeah,
we really should.
It's a big deal.
But the big three that we market to everywhere else in the world and everyone on the street is always Malay, Indian, Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's there.
It's there, but in marketing sense, like if you go to a market survey, it's Malay because it's the biggest group. Chinese because it's the biggest spending group. Indians are 7% and the lowest of the population and lowest in sense of spending as well. Because let's face it, a lot of us are hardcore poor, right? So okay I get it, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't represent your people on things. If you want to portray something Indian, hey, have some representation. Give us some jobs also. It's not like we are saying like, oh no, make one whole movie just with Indian people. No, I'm not asking for Brown Panther.
Brown Panther. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda banana leaf, please, thanks. No. I'm not asking for that, but I'm asking for a little bit of representation. In the TV you watch nowadays, there's hardly any representation. How many Indian actors do you know?
None locally.
I mean, I know about 3 but that because I'm Indian also
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
I barely watch local people, so to be fair.
No, to be fair, neither do I. But I know because I work with them, right? But that's the thing. Like, if you go out there and you ask, hey, do you know any Indian actors? They will tell you Achapan, which is years ago.
Yeah.
Right? That's about it. Like, who else?
It's like going out to a Malay person and saying that the only Malay actor is P. Ramlee.
Yeah, exactly. Like, can you imagine, like, it's the representation at the end. It's not like we don't have actors.
Yeah.
It's just that the representation, there's no jobs for us. Any job I get also is security guard, gangster or something else.
Which is something that they pointed out in Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, we got the security guard.
Yeah.
And the hairy guy in the airplane.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's so, like, Singapore got more people.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad.
I mean, okay lah. That one at least Malay people didn't get anything. You know what I mean?
We own Singapore lah.
No, but there's more Malays than there are Indians in Singapore too. Like, you know what I mean?